Hi everyone, Xavier for XM Studio, and today I'm back on this series of interview with today Cristina Serafini. Hello and thank you. So yes, you're an actress, you're living in LA, and as usual I like to ask people what brought you here, what is your story, what got you into interacting. By the way, yes, for the audience it can be in English or in French, I don't mind. I like to go crazy. So go ahead.
I won't do it in Italian though.
I don't speak Italian,
okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, I've been living here in Los Angeles for about 2.5 years. I first got here with my O1 visa, I was very proud when I got it because most Italian people are always complaining about life and they don't really take actions in order to change it. And so all my colleagues were always saying, and are still saying, it's impossible to get the visa to work in the United States. Only like super big stars can get it, and not even them sometimes. But I just decided not to listen to anyone. So I went online and I did my researches and I started contacting people by email. I came here once in a vacation, etc. So I got all the people who would help me to get the visa, and that's how I got here with this 3 years visa. And now I have a green card, so it's much better.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah. And originally, what? Enfin, ok, je vais faire en français pour le coup, mais c'est marrant aujourd'hui. Qu'est-ce qui t'a donné l'envie de devenir actrice?
Je ne sais pas trop, et c'est marrant, sorry, English, French either,
Comme
no?
tu veux.
Okay, it's kind of fun because that's usually the first question people ask in an interview, but it always strikes me when somebody asks me that question that I don't really have the answer yet, but I got accepted at the Conservatoire dans ma ville in Italy. Bon, I mean, I could see everybody wanted to get in the school, like it's like the Conservatoire à Paris, no? Mm-hmm. So I started thinking, well, if God is giving me this big luck to be accepted in this school where all these people want to be, maybe I should take a chance. And I did, and then I started working as soon as I got out of school. But I wasn't too young when I felt that's what I wanted to do. So in a way, I feel I'm still a teenager, and I'm not completely sure this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah, sure. Nothing is fixed, and so far, if you're happy, that's what you're doing. That's the most important. About that, I've seen you've been in cinema, on television, and I think also once or twice on stage, right?
Yeah.
What do you prefer?
I love the adrenaline of stage, especially because what I did on stage was brilliant comedy. So I really love the rhythm and to exaggerate things. Because it's so scary when you're on stage that you don't have time to think. Exactly. And that's what I love about it. And also improv, I love it for the same reason, that you don't have time to think. You just have to close your eyes and go for it, and then whatever happens, happens. And that's when actually magic things happen. So that's what I love about stage and improv. I love the camera work because I think I photograph well.
You do? That's true. You can say you do.
Yeah, I mean, I like my face more when I see it on screen than when I see it in real. I don't know why. So maybe it's only my mind, but this brings me to feel more confident when I'm talking in front of a camera.
Okay.
Like if we were here having the same conversation and the camera wasn't here, I would feel a bit more embarrassed
so I'll carry a camera with me all the time. And okay, my question was also a bit like between television and cinema, what do you prefer? What are the main differences?
I love television actually, although I haven't done yet what I would love to do, which is I would love to be a regular in a series. Mm-hmm. Because I like the idea that the character can grow and evolve and change through months or maybe even years of stories. While in a movie, I mean, yeah, of course, movies are great, and we have the greatest directors usually do cinema, as we all know, and not TV that much. But a movie is it's like one jewel, and I think all the people who are not going to see the jewel And while TV, it's much easier that you can get into every single family, every single home, and they will see you, and maybe not today, but they will see you next week, and then they start following the story. So I like the idea of becoming part of people's families, you know, that they live their life and then they watch TV and they also see my story forever.
Exactly, so how do you prefer to be directed?
I prefer when directors are very well. I like it when they let me do my things before interrupting, before trying to change, because I'm a little bit like diesel cars, which means it takes me a while to get to the temperature. So I want to feel the freedom of doing n'importe quoi pendant several minutes until I find it, you know.
Exactly.
So I don't want a director to tell me right away, oh no, this is not it. I know this is not it. I'm just warming up, and then I like I want mutual trust, and I like directors who are very kind of mean. I want them to kick my ass. I want them to never be satisfied and make me do it over and over and over again. I want really to sweat and to bleed.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting. I think that's what the answer I'm looking the most in actors and actors. That is, how should I direct them in the future? That's why I'm asking you that. So now you're in LA right now, and I was wondering, is it easy to connect with people?
It's very easy to connect on a superficial level. Much easier than Italy, I would say, because here everybody talks to everybody in the street, at the cafe. I mean, people tell to strangers all the time, good morning, how are you? But it's just chit chat. So in the beginning you feel, wow, everybody loves me, I'm making so many friends, and they even tell you, let's meet up tomorrow, etc. But then you soon realize that it's not true. So it's very easy to connect on a superficial level, as I said, but it's so hard to connect for real, like almost impossible. And I'm realizing that my real friends are all from Europe. I didn't choose them because they were European, but suddenly I noticed that the people I hang out with are from Europe. So we create a bond that's easier to keep in the long term, while Americans are, maybe they stay a little more on their own.
And so you'd have advices for young actors or coming in LA to connect or to boost their career?
Well, my number one advice would be please know that Los Angeles is like, I think, one of the toughest cities in the world, for how competitive it is, for how nobody's gonna come to you and offer you things for free. I mean, you gotta really be strong and strong and strong, and not to take things personally, and just keep going on, because it's really, I mean, everybody comes here from the rest of the world because they want to be number one in something. So even all friendships, all relationships are usually based on what can this person do for me. You know, people don't hang out just to relax. They hang out because they hope they can get something from you. Or so it's a very very hard balance you have to find with yourself to not not to feel hurt, not to feel tricked.
Okay.
So my advice is be strong, find your own center. If you can, try to build a little small circle of people you can really trust. Maybe not from the movie industry. Create your own family here.
Okay, that's pretty good. I think. Okay, you have ongoing projects or stuff you want to talk about, or perhaps to go along with the previous question. I mean, are you having good projects coming from LA or?
Right now, there's one I just auditioned for, and I think it's going to go well, but will be shot in Europe. I don't want to talk about it yet because I didn't have the final answer yet, so
Sure.
I want to keep it. Maybe in the next interview I will be celebrating this role.
Okay, well, I'll bring my camera and that will be a pleasure. Okay. Merci beaucoup.
Merci à toi, c'était un gros plaisir. Thank you.
Pareillement.